97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.
Hi, welcome to Citi 97.3's preview of the Barclays English Premier League Match Week 14.
Kupenda Condoms. Love right.
My name is Nathan Quao, and to help me analyze the games that are coming up in the next match round is my colleague Benjamin Nketsia. Ben, nice to have you back here.
Hi Nathan.
But we start off with a very interesting encounter. So Manchester City are hoping to recover from a very dizzying loss to Liverpool. They take on the Saints of Southampton in our first match on Saturday. Ben, not the kind of game Manchester City would have wanted after losing to Liverpool. They face a Southampton side who have similar principles to that of Liverpool. How will the citizens respond? And for Southampton, how can they get a win at the Etihad? They've come close, but very often they've walked away from that stadium with nothing in their hands.
Exactly. In their last two visits to the Etihad, they actually lost 3-0 and then 2-0. But you look at Manchester City now, and you really are not sure what to make of them going into the season. I mean, a lot of people pick them as title favourites. They've not exactly gone on the sort of runs you'd expect a title contending team to go on. 5 wins on the bounce. They did that at the beginning, conceding no goals. All of a sudden, the same defensive structure that looked really solid looks really shaky. And we always say that, attack starts from defense, or success starts from the bottom. So you have to start from somewhere. Their defensive combinations have been a bit funny. And you look at them, and you look at a team like Southampton, they always have confidence to go ahead and score. The interesting thing about Southampton is they do not necessarily depend on one particular player to get their offense going. They have a wide array of options to choose from, and that could be Manchester City's problem. So you look at them again, they have different combos. You bring in Demichelis and Mangala, it was a bit of a catastrophe. You have Company who has barely been able to stay fit this season. So you really can't rely on the captain who is the leader. So for Man City, it's one of those ties that could really blow up in their faces if they are not cautious, especially on the back of defeat. Like Arsene Wenger says, your confidence depends largely on your last result, and their last result did not go too well. They need to really tread cautiously with this one. So
Manchester City facing a very, very tricky Southampton side, who themselves got tripped up at home by Stoke City in the last match round. So a tale of two teams who are hoping to bounce back from very, very poor losses. Our second game on Saturday is a huge one. Last season it ended 5-3 to the home side. How will it end this season? Is Leicester, led by the informed Jamie Vardy, against Man United, led by Louis van Gaal, Chris Smalling and co, who have been trying to keep that team from conceding goals. And then we saw the two teams last time. Leicester won away from home, Man United won away from home. One won comfortably, the other had to dig deep to win, and they are meeting again this season. Last time he ended 5-3, and we all know what Jamie Vardy will want to do in this fixture. He has his eyes set on scoring another one and them going 11 on the spin.
Exactly, yeah. Top of the table clash. I barely thought we'd say Leicester City versus Manchester United would be a top 2 clash, but hey, people are even making jokes and saying that United come into the game as slight underdogs, but you never know what to expect. Leicester, you look at a couple of things with this particular game, and you look at the fact that they scored 28 goals this season, and out of those 28 goals, Jamie Vardy scored 13, Mahrez scored 7. So both of them are responsible for 20 of Leicester City's goals. Now, where does the danger lie? If Leicester have one of those days where Louis van Gaal sets up his tactics to shut down shop on either Vardy or Mahrez, it's possible. I've seen Mahrez get shut down a couple of times in this season. Then they will have problems, because that's regularly or mainly the creative hub for Leicester City. And it's really funny, because if you look at Jamie Vardy as well, his statistics are amazing. He's done what he's won his team 16 points from the goals he scored this season, more than any other player in the Premiership and it tells you something. And again, he's won 15 tackles in the final third of the pitch. That's just aggressive. Leicester City will go into this game knowing that they can do some damage against United. Again, numbers come into play. 144 shots. They rank third in the EPL this season in terms of shots taken at the opponent. So it's clearly a side who can score goals. Defense has always been their problem. Their defense has been a bit old, but United have their own issues as well. So a number of injury concerns for Louis van Gaal's side. It doesn't look as if he has a lot of options to go with, but I think that all in all, Leicester City and Man United should provide us with a lot of open end-to-end attacking football.
Well, one team will definitely attack will be Leicester City's. Man United's defense that will be tested on the day. But it's interesting that Leicester and Man United turn out to be the flash fixture of the round. But the biggest fixture of the round in principle is Tottenham Hotspur welcoming Chelsea. Chelsea trying to go through the motions, trying to get themselves good wins. Tottenham Hotspur look absolutely brilliant. They've looked so in the last month to the last 6 weeks. And then I bring you back in. Harry Kane would love this fixture. Last season he scored twice as Spurs won by 5-3. Spurs have recaptured some of that form while Chelsea have been on that opposite road and they go back to White Hart Lane. What kind of Chelsea will turn up on Sunday?
Interesting game for them, and this game is the sort that will test their mettle, because you look at the games that come after this one, they are fairly winnable games for Chelsea. So I guess they will want to concentrate their efforts on beating teams like this, especially since they got pasted really bad the last time these two teams faced each other. And I mean, one interesting thing about Tottenham also this season is that a lot of people doubted Harry Kane. We all doubted the young squad Mauricio Pochettino was trying to introduce, brought in Eric Dyer, brought in Dele Alli. We were a bit skeptical. I was one of those people who was really skeptical about Dele Alli being thrown into the hard and fast-paced English Premiership without prior proper first team experience. It looks as if he's reading it out really well. He's gone on to play for his national team, so he looks a confident man when you look at him these days. But Spurs again hold one of the best defenses in the Premiership this season. They've still not lost since that opening game defeat to Manchester United, and that was a bit of a freak goal as well. I believe that this one will be a bit difficult for Chelsea to navigate, especially on the basis of where their confidence is at the moment as a team, and also on the back of Spurs' form.
So Chelsea, can they do well in London? They've won this fixture for the last God knows how many years, but this time they face a Tottenham Hotspur that are absolutely in form. Our second game on Sunday is between West Ham and West Brom. So West Ham themselves are going through turbulent times. They've not won a few games in a while. They got beaten by Spurs. West Brom themselves won at home to Arsenal, but it's that form away from home that leaves them a little worried. They lost at Old Trafford. They've not picked up as many points as you would like, but of course they can be a very solid team away from home. My final game on Sunday is between Norwich City and Arsenal. So Arsenal are hoping to bounce back. They were beaten by West Brom away. They travel to Norwich, who can be very stubborn. Then I bring you back for the final time, and Arsenal will look at that game against West Brom and curse themselves for not winning that game. But they play against Norwich, who on a day can be very, very stubborn, especially at Carrow Road.
Exactly, they play with a lot of energy. You look at Alex Neil as a manager. He's not a negative manager. He goes out to play positive football, even knowing that positive football could eventually end this team, or it could eventually end up letting this team get relegated. But I look at Arsenal again, and funny enough, one funny trend emerging is that they also hold one of the best defenses this season, and that's something Arsenal fans cannot say or cannot brag about from seasons gone by. They've looked a bit edgy for me, but one big factor that I would be looking out for is the injury to Francis Coquelin, a big player for them, young guy brought through the ranks by Arsene Wenger. Top in interceptions in the league. He's top 5 in interceptions in the league. Now he's gone out with an injury close to 2 months or 3 months from what we hear. It will be interesting to see how Arsenal will hold together their midfield without him. But I just think that Arsenal again are surprising us. Olivier Giroud, Arsenal fans were not too happy with him. They were urging Arsene Wenger to go on and purchase a striker. I think that he's coming with some big goals. I insist that he's not the guy who will get you 30 or 25 goals, but when he's getting you big goals, Peter Cech is getting you big saves, Arsenal are still the real title contenders in my favour. So they should be able to navigate this one, maybe 3-1 in favour of Arsenal for this one.
Okay, we'll see how that plays. Arsenal travel to Carrow Road. Norwich City themselves have put out a great team: Nathan Redmond, Jameson Buchanan, players who can score goals, but can they stand the might of the mighty Arsenal. Of course, you can win great prizes from Citi 97.3 by taking part in our Predict and Win. People have not been predicting right, so the prizes are still here with us. We want to give them away. You have a chance. This weekend, predict the winner of Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. That's our first game on Sunday. Tottenham Hotspur playing at home to Chelsea. So drop your predictions in the comment section below this video, and if you get it right, you will be getting a wonderful prize from Citi 97.3. The action starts on Saturday from 3, so join us as we take you through Saturday and Sunday as we serve you Barclays English Premier League football live on Citi 97.3. Enjoy the games.